and welcome to today's Coaches Corner, brought to you by Heartland Bank. Today I'm joined by head volleyball coach Andrew Murillo. Thanks so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, okay, so to start off, talk to me about your path from California to Nebraska. What brought you here?
Yeah, it's kind of a long journey. So grew up in Huntington Beach, California, and I loved it there. I still love going back to visit families there, and the beach is always great. Volleyball was just kind of a part of the culture there, both indoors and outdoors. And I think when you grow up in a place for so long and you start, at the end of high school, I'm sure some of the seniors realize, you just kind of want to change. You want to figure out who you really are. So my parents were, helpful enough to say, hey, we will support you and wherever you want to go. And the universe kind of brought me to Fort Collins, Colorado, which is kind of closer to the Midwest. And that's, where I taught for several years and coached and got really involved with volleyball there. And eventually, after about 8 or so years, I met my wife out there, who's from Norton, Kansas. She's in the Midwest, and of course she was raised. And when we got married and we had kids, we said, hey, let's be closer to family and just kind of want to be in an area where people are just so kind and just respectful. And nothing wrong with the West Coast, but we were just looking for the lifestyle out here. So lo and behold, some jobs opened up, and in Grand Island, we moved here and into Aurora because we thought it was an incredible town, close enough to some family, and now we're here. So that's kind of the quick of it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So talk to me about your coaching style. What are you expecting from your players on the court?
Yeah, so my coaching styles, I always want to build relationships with my players. I tried doing that early on, before the season even started, even in the last school year. So relationships are key for me, and trying to build a culture of making sure that everyone's just like connecting and, really growing as people through the sport of volleyball, but doing so through discipline and hard work. Those are the 3 things that we really want to value, is just relationships, respect, and discipline. And that's kind of my coaching style. And this year it's been a journey getting to know these players that have known each other for so long and have been in a program that's so respected, that Coach Hickson built. And it's just been an honor getting to know them, and it's been a process, but for them also getting to know me as well. But yeah, that's kind of my style, and connecting with them through the game is kind of how I roll.
That's amazing. Now, as we're approaching conference and district season, tell me what you guys are focusing on, what you're focusing on as a coach to bring your team to the level that you need to be able to be some serious competition.
Yeah, so I think the main thing that has helped us in the past few matches as of recently is just really focusing on where are we being successful and where are we not. And the main thing that we haven't been successful with is just taking care of the ball and just being effective hitters. So, at the service line as well. But once we focus on the things that we can control, we're going to compete with every team. So that's the main thing, is being more effective hitters, because we're not the biggest team out there, but we can be the smartest team out there, and we can be really, really strong defensively. So we kind of go back and forth between some defensive schemes depending on who we're playing and who we're scouting against. So just making sure that they're comfortable with those switches in the middle of the match, but also just making sure that we're keeping the pressure on the other side and not giving the team any easy points, because volleyball is a game of emotion and momentum, and we need to make sure that we're taking care of our side, and that's what's going to help us to compete with any team.
Totally. And now you guys have faced a lot of Class B competition this season. Tell me about how that could possibly translate into the postseason and help you guys.
Yeah, we've had a pretty tough schedule. We've played several tough teams, and I think just the pace at which Class B schools play just helps us to know that, hey, we can play at this pace, and we need to carry that out with whomever we play with. And although we're going down a class and we've gone down to C1, there are still some incredible teams that can compete with the top tier Class B schools as well. So although there's a shift with some of the teams, we've played some high level ones, especially at the Gothenburg tournament. We saw quite a few teams there who are arguably in the top 5 of C who can compete at B as well. So again, it just, any team that we play kind of at B teaches us to go at a fast pace and know that we can compete with those teams, and along with the same ones at C1.
Totally. And last but not least, tell me about your seniors on the team this year. What have they been able to bring to the team?
Leadership and just a sense of where this program has been. There's just kind of a story that walks along with them from the years that they've played together within this program and growing up with it. They started playing together as 3rd graders, so I leaned on them for a lot of leadership. I don't want to come in and change things. There has been change, as there would be with any coach, but just listening to them of, hey, what have you guys done in the past?
Absolutely.
What are the traditions? And being able to have those dialogues with them and conversations with them has been great. I mean, some of them are getting close to some feats of just accomplishment. Casey Schuster just the other night accomplished 2,000 sets, which is pretty special. And to see all the girls come together and build that, I mean, just to show how long they've been playing together has just been incredible. So it's just been an honor to see and work with them and just kind of learn from them, to be honest with you.
That's amazing. Well, that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the game.